Hello and welcome to my Minecraft. It's been like a week. Oof. Should probably make myself some food. Check my farm. God, that fox is still in the water. Wow. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I mean, I've got this tunnel. Straight to my mine. I'm wondering if I want to do like open up the top or something. Or maybe I just mine a bunch of this diorite and then go figure out where that water is coming from. If I can even remember where I blocked it off. The only problem is that if I do that, I gotta somehow block off where the water's coming from, like from the sides. I don't know. God damn it, my phone's going off. Here we go. We're good now. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Now I just gotta figure out how I want to go about this. I didn't know we had coal here still. God. Anyway. Grab this torch. I didn't need to. I had 60 already. Okay. Okay, so it must be coming from the river then, right? Is there a cave system? Why, yes. Yes, there is. I figured it out. Okay, so if I want to... Now that I think about it... I need to go into the river and block the water off from thence. Which might be hard to do. Okay, let's see here. And it might not work, because if there's like water source blocks over there, which there probably are. Gotta keep on pressing the caps lock instead of the shift bar. I kill you! I need food! Now I need to find my land. Where is my house? It should be in this general direction. Well, as you can probably guess from the titles of my previous videos and the fact that it's been like a week or two, school started. Damn skellies. You're fucking kidding me. How does getting shot take 3 hearts off of me? Was I in the water? Or was I on land? I can't even remember. Now I just gotta figure out where the fuck I was. There I was! Yay! I found it! And I had armor on! What the hell? How can I have armor on, get shot, and lose 3 damn hearts? And die? I'm pretty sure this is on normal mode, not hard mode. It's weird how this stuff actually does drift in the water. Mm. I should probably just go back to my house. But then I'd have to dig all the way up again. Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Anyway, I was talking about how school started. And I was gonna come up with like a system of how, like a schedule of how I wanted to do my work. But that didn't work out because of the way the work is due. And I like the class that I'm in, but I am annoyed that he only releases one module at a time. So if I wanted to work ahead, I couldn't. And everything's due Thursdays and Sundays. So yeah. So I was gonna do it because I have this Bible study thing on Tuesdays, so I was gonna like leave that as a free day. But now that everything's due on Thursdays and Sundays, I might have to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so that everything is done on Thursday. Unless I want to wait till the days where it's due and just have it be like the whole weekend. And then obviously my parents want me to get a job, and that kind of ruins everything. Because it's like, how am I gonna do both at the same time? When I can't even figure out how to do school when it's just school. That's the thing, it's like every time I try to make like a plan or a schedule, something throws a wrench in it. And that's why I usually don't do that. Because when something throws a wrench in it, and I'm left Totally discombobulated. Why do... I swear, I suddenly see these things. I'm like, are they just, like, randomly coming up? Or am I just blind and I don't see it until, like, the 5th time I'm, like, in the area? Like, seriously. So anyway, luckily, one of my classes that I'm taking, it's funny, the quiz was on the exact same source in both classes. So I was just like, hey, that's convenient. Speaking of which, I need to put a torch here, I guess. Beep. And I probably shouldn't put it there, because I remember when the water came and I was like, oh no, all my torches are gone. Anyway, I still miss having the coordinates. That was so convenient. Oh, hey, look! Coal. And there's the water! Okay. Let's see here. God, and I still lost half my torches. I think. Okay. So I'm kind of starting to question. Whether the water is actually coming from the river. I don't know why I'm trying to put all the weird rocks here. I'll know where I am when I get there. I think I'll put this there because it's easier to deal with. Oh, come on. And it's nighttime. How nice. Thank God for portable bed. I don't know why I totally forgot about it when I last died. Get into the damn caps lock. So there's that hole. Seemingly blocked. Might have to try and block this hole also. You know, just to see if it works. Okay, so I just got back into Once Upon a Time, like just watching clips and stuff. Like I haven't tried watching the whole thing again. I don't know. I think season 4 is my favorite, and not just because it's Frozen, but because the premise is interesting. The 6th season is also pretty good. You get a whole, like, lots of reveals. That's what it is because 4 and 6, the plot lines are pretty interesting. I also like the one where you get Korra's backstory. That was cool. But I honestly think the Curse of Shattered Sight is such an interesting concept. Because it's like, Ingrid is like the least evil of the evils. Like, she's just been hurt way too many times. Like, if Ingrid had a sister like Anna, maybe she'd be okay. But no, she ended up with Gerda. Ruined her life. She just can't believe that anybody who isn't magic could be nice. I think the idea that the curse of Shattered Sight is actually, like, the truth is really interesting to think about, like... Like, whether she's actually augmenting reality or not, like, she thinks that what she's doing... Like, I feel like most magical peoples... they're trying to augment reality to their desires. But Ingrid thinks she's showing everybody the truth. She's like, this is how people really feel about each other. Fuck pretense. Just show everybody the truth. So I don't know if that actually blocked any of the water. I don't think it did, considering I just had to deal with water and block that. More iron. Nice. Like, what is with me? I'm not seeing any of this. Maybe that was just I didn't go that way yet. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I just didn't go that way yet. Although now it's like, where the fuck am I? And I don't like... Look at all this iron! I guess I was thinking about Frozen also. The third movie's coming out in 2027. I'm like, I'm gonna be 26 when this movie comes out. And then I don't know what they're gonna do about Frozen 4, because Frozen 3 and 4 are supposed to be like a twofer. So I don't know if they're gonna make it like a twofer where it's like 1 year after the other, or if they're gonna wait another 10 years to show the fourth one. I remember somebody making a joke about how they're gonna make Idina Menzel work until she's like 80. Which honestly does seem to be like the truth. That seems about right. Which is kind of funny and sad, because she wants to be in Vegas singing Let It Go and smoking a cigarette concurrently. And if she's 80, still doing Frozen, she can't do her Vegas residency. Oh yeah, so for some reason I got back into ABBA too. And I just found out, because I was watching something on YouTube, and there was like, one of those fake videos that are like, trying to add unnecessary drama. Like, I don't know, anyway. So I guess they were like, oh, she reveals a secret finally, Frida Frida reveals a secret about her life or whatever. And I was like, oh no, what's this about? So I looked her up before I watched the video. Her grandson died 2 years ago. I'm like, I actually cried. I was like, oh my god, that's so depressing. Like, the last time she made an album was, like, before Voyage. Was, like, 1996. She made Jupa Undertog. And then, like, a year later, her daughter dies. And then a year after that, her husband dies. And she was gonna make another album, but never ended up doing that because she ended up grieving the loss of 2 people. And so she doesn't do an album for like 25 years, and she says she's not gonna do an album. And somebody interviewed her in 2016, and she said she wasn't gonna do an album because she doesn't want to deal with the criticism, because she's not busy enough to ignore it. She finally does an album with ABBA, ABBA Voyage, 2022, and the next year her grandson dies. And that's her daughter that died. Her daughter's son. I'm like, couldn't this lady catch a break? Like, how depressing. Like, you'd think this woman has enough to deal with, and now she's gotta deal with another person dying? I'm like, if I were her, I don't think I would ever sing again. I'd be like, if I make another album, somebody else is gonna die. I mean, she still has a son and a granddaughter, so it would be like, oh my god. Like, she's still got people to lose, so I'd be like, I don't want to deal with this, And I guess he died of cancer. So that's really sad. And I did look it up independently just to see if that was actually true, and yeah, there's no obituary for him. It's him. And they mention all his relatives. It's the right people. So yeah, he died. And I'm like, how did I miss that? Because I feel like I was still quite into ABBA when this happened, and I don't remember seeing that at all. So, or maybe I did and I just forgot, which I don't know how I would have forgotten, but these damn creepers, like, they never give up. God, now I got a zombie to deal with. In fact, I think I saw a video from when she, they have the new special ABBA theater in London, and I think there was a video of her, like, with her grandson there. So I probably just assumed everything was fine, because, hey, it's been, there's a video of him at the ABBA theater. So it didn't even cross my mind. I had thought a couple of times about looking, because he was a metal singer, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll look into his music again, because I think I've done some cursory looking into it. He had, like, a really deep voice. And I thought about looking into his music again. And if I had, I would have found out he was dead. Thank God for this giant pit that keeps the zombies away. Man, it's like, I go into a new part of the mine. Not even a new part, just like, this isn't even the first time I've been in this section of the mine, but it was like, come on. My fucking god, how many fucking creepers does there need to be? Yeah, well, at least I found some iron, I guess. Oh, my luck, I'm gonna fucking blow up before I even get there. Shit. God, I need a new sword, too. Probably just use this damn axe when I'm done with this sword. And you'd think with how Star Wars is like, oh, don't do this, I've got the high ground, that having the high ground would be a good idea, but no. It really isn't. Whoever came up with, I have the high ground, Anakin is a fucking liar. So yeah, what else have I done? I don't know. Just school, Bible study. Oh yeah, so I guess with the church rumors that I told in one of the previous videos, where I brought it up at the Bible study that I was doing, and I mean, it's the pastor's daughter, so I mean, who knows, but she said that that's some of the stuff I mentioned did not happen the way I was told. And one of the people that works at the church confirmed that, so I'm like, okay, well, somebody's definitely lying then, because if you say it doesn't happen and they say it did, then both stories can't be true. Some part of me wonders if it's not true because they arranged it in such a way that they could say it wasn't true, when in reality it's kinda is. Like, oh, he wasn't fired. Yeah, he was just forced to resign, or they made him so miserable he quit. Like, that kind of thing. Like, they wanted him like, they wanted that person gone, but they weren't gonna be like, you're fired, because then people would be like, you fired him. So they found a way around it so that they could totally be like, he wasn't fired. I know one of the things I said, I don't know if I said it in the video, but I brought it up in Bible study. One of the things I said was purely speculation. Because one of our previous youth pastors was forced to resign because he had an affair. And obviously, because he's a youth pastor, there's kind of like the speculation of, were some of these people minors? Because he was only 23. So, I mean, I think I was closer in age to him than my parents are to each other. Of course, they were both adults when they met, so I guess it's different, but still. I remember thinking that when he first came in. I was like, well, that, because one of the previous ones that got fired was also 23 when he started, so it was like, you couldn't stand this guy. You thought he had not enough experience, and you fired him, which supposedly he wasn't fired, but who knows what the deal is with that. But anyway, you had that one guy that was 23, and you're like, he didn't have enough experience, so he's gone. Or maybe he was just changing it up, because I think the 23-year-old that got fired, was hired before the lead pastor, was hired. So maybe he was like, I just want to change the setup here. Well, he didn't really change much of the setup, because one of the other pastors was there until he retired, like 2 or 3 years ago. Anyway. But yeah, the guy was 23, which now I think about it is kind of a weird thing, because he wouldn't have been able to rent a car. I mean, I guess he could have gotten his wife to do it, because his wife was 5 years older than him, but still, it is kind of like, if you're gonna have, like, field trips, you should probably get somebody who can rent a car. You're like, at least for the insurance purposes, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, and this thing, the lead pastor can't say was a straight up lie, because he said it in church service that he was caught having inappropriate text messages towards other people. I think he said that no children were involved, because, I mean, he is the youth pastor, so I guess you kind of have to say that. Because I think there was a case, like, years before, where in a different church, where the guy had, like, child porn or something. But anyway, I remember hearing, these could also be rumors too, but from one of my teachers, because he was the wrestling coach at my school while he was there, I remember hearing that he was providing alcohol and maybe drugs to the wrestling team at parties. I mean, who knows if that's true either, because the teacher I got it from, she was also kind of a gossip, so. But I don't see why any kid would go to their teacher and say something like that when you know their teacher is going to have to report it. Like, if she overheard people telling that to their friends, you'd think, well, nobody's going to make a lie like that straight to a teacher. Like, they would lie about it. They'd say it as the truth, and they'd lie about it being just a rumor or something to get the teacher off their back. Like, they wouldn't. I mean, you would think, kids don't want to be snitches, The wrestling team also had this penchant for being anorexic to artificially lower their weight class so that they would be more likely to win. I don't know if our former youth pastor knew about that or encouraged it or not. But obviously that's kind of not good either. But anyway, so yeah. There was that whole that's not actually what happened kind of thing, and I think I ended up, like, bursting into tears because I was like, it felt like being 12 all over again, not knowing what the truth is. Not knowing what's going on, what the truth is, and everything I'm getting is rumors, so somebody's lying, and you're like, these are Christian people, they're supposed to be telling the truth. Like, lying is a sin, what the fuck is going on, People in authority lying is the problem. I mean, because it's like going back to the 23-year-old that got fired. He said that he was being let go. At least that's how I remember it, but maybe I'm misremembering, but he said that. and I think a lot of the other may or may not be true, I got from my mother, who she was on the worship team, and she was friends with one of the worship pastors that ended up getting. I don't think he didn't get fired. He quit because he was going to get demoted because he had a full-time job, so he couldn't be a worship leader full-time. And our pastor wanted a full-time, which, I mean, that makes sense. But supposedly, I think the one after that one ended up quitting too, because he was being made to do. He felt like he was being stretched too thin, which I think is what happened to the 23-year-old that came before both of them, because he was doing youth and he was doing the worship. And so even if he wasn't fired, he might have been stretched to the point that he quit, just like the other one did later. And now the current worship pastor, or leader, or whoever, he's more of a tech guy, which I think all of us can kind of tell because his singing leaves much to be desired to a lot of people. But, you know, he's being made to do both. I mean, I guess if they can't afford to have one doing tech and one doing worship, then I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, but still, you'd think. And that's the guy who, just based on math, got his girlfriend pregnant before they were married and was therefore forced to have a shotgun wedding by the pastor or lose his job, which, I mean, yeah, moral standards and stuff, because Christianity, but the idea that I mean, he's not grooming the guy. The guy's an adult. I'm just saying, like, he's like a special pet project to the lead pastor right now. Is how my mother puts it. Which honestly makes sense, because supposedly, I mean, also, rumors from my mom, but the divorce from his first wife, because he was divorced when he got to our church, was because he was having an affair with said girlfriend that he eventually got pregnant. Okay, where is my tunnel? I know I have a tunnel over here. It's probably further up. I guess the worship leader is getting singing lessons, though, so sometimes the singing is okay. Sometimes I'm like, what is going on? Honestly, there might have been enough complaints by other people to our lead pastor that he was like, okay, you need to get lessons. Because people can't stand you. He also gets his wife to sing, and his wife is a good singer, so I think most people are okay with it. But, you know, as most worship directors are, they like to sing all the songs. Or most of them. Which, I mean, they're the ones getting paid for it, so I guess that's kind of... Well, you'd think if you're getting paid for it, you'd want to do the least that you possibly could and still get paid. But yeah, I guess even he said that he was more of a tech person, not a musician or singer, so... It's not like he's deluded. Well, I could make a new sword. And maybe some more armor. Why did I press that? Okay. I think I need pants too. That's nice. Probably still not going to do anything. I don't know what the deal is with the armor, I swear it doesn't do shit. Unless it's enchanted. And I have to look up gold, because I'm like, what is even the use for gold? Because you can't even mine iron with it. But you need iron to mine it. Speaking of which, I need a pickaxe. Which is kind of ironic that I need a pickaxe when I spent a bunch of time making stone ones. Is it nighttime? Let's see. Yay, I can sleep. Damn, it's almost been an hour. Well, I guess if it's almost been an hour, I should probably end here before I make a 3-hour video and nobody wants to watch that. So, thank you for watching. And have a great day or night.